into the online broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your number one source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing aftershows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
We bringing it back old school, y'all.
That's right.
Nice. What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Nino, and you are tuned into the Minority Report After Show here on AFTERBUZZ TV. This is Season 1, Episode 5, The Present. But you know I'm not here alone. I got the homies here with me. I have Mr. Howard III. Say hello, Howard.
What's up? What's up? Hey, everybody.
Nice. Where can they find you, man?
You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Howard III. That's Howard 3RD.
All right. And we have Mr. Cameron Penny. What's up, dog?
What's good, Nino? I like you sitting over there in that seat. You look
What's
good
up, man?
over
Oh,
there.
I appreciate
you look
that,
real
man.
good over there. And as well, you can follow me on Instagram at Cameron Penny, and that'll take you to my whole social world.
There you go. There you go. There's so much to talk about this episode. The writing for this show just gets better and better every week.
And you know, I'll say this real quick. This was my favorite episode. This was very suspenseful, and I wanted to know what was next.
For real. I felt like I was watching a movie.
Yeah, it was very good.
And we were DVRing it, folks, and I was like, okay, we need to move, and we need to switch over these advertisements, and we need to get to what's next, basically.
Yes.
But this episode centered around Laura Vega and more of her backstory with her dad. Mm-hmm. And it was nice to see what pain she was going through all the time. Like, can you imagine, like, losing somebody that special to you, and having to deal with a cold case, and you being a cop?
Yeah, especially when the fact that her and her father shared the same birthdays.
Right.
So every year her birthday is a reminder of the death. So I like the way they wrote it, and it actually started off this week's episode, which was cool.
Right. It started off in 2019, showing Laura Vega's dad patrolling the streets in a dark alley. Of course, it had to be a dark alley, right? Mm-hmm. And he got shot, unfortunately. But they never knew who it was. And in the beginning, we saw a quick face of a guy. He looked really shady, like all criminals usually do. Well, some criminals. Shout out to Martha Stewart for looking amazing when you were incarcerated.
Good plug. There you go.
But yeah, we saw that and we thought it was a guy who was going to be the killer. But we're going to talk about the killer as we move on.
Yes.
Talking about this episode. But it was Laura's birthday. Happy birthday to Laura making good on the show. And she's just not having it. I don't know if I would want to celebrate my birthday after all that. What would you guys do?
I mean, like I say, it's just a reminder. And in the beginning, they kind of didn't tell us what was going on. But her mother happened to be at the house, and she gives her mother the key. And her mother, before Laura walks out the door, she just kind of, her mother says, "So you're not going to talk about it at all?"
Right.
And we like, we're talking about what? What's going on?
Exactly. I'm so confused. What's going on? And then Dash comes with some beautiful flowers for Vega, thinking he's doing a good job. Poor Dash, she's like, I'm being not socially awkward to try to give you a present here. Yet you're still looking at me like, why'd you do that for?
And when Dash gave her the flowers, that's when Akilah is actually my favorite person on the show.
She's one of my favorites too.
You bitch.
Yeah. At the end, she was like, he wants to know because obviously you're acting like a bitch.
Yeah.
Like,
so I love Akilah. She's my favorite on the show.
Yeah. What do you think about the little scene?
I mean, I thought it was really nice. I was like, oh, that was a really nice gesture of Dash to like give the flowers. But then when Laura wasn't feeling it, I was like, well, maybe he shouldn't have given the flowers.
Well, that's because Dash is trying to smash.
You think so? Oh gosh, well, that's another story. I know. I think there's a lot of chemistry between them. There's still some chemistry between them, definitely. Though that hasn't been explored yet.
Yes.
But before then, I forgot. Agatha actually shares her vision to Arthur about the whole milk bath and what they saw and what Vega could possibly do to the three precogs.
Right, and that's kind of, since you brought that up, that kind of was a question I had, was the fact, well, I guess we didn't get to it yet, the fact that Vega was able to pull Arthur and Dash in.
Yeah, we'll definitely talk about that. Okay, that was crazy, right?
Then I'll save what I was going to say.
Right, because basically Agatha digital Skype 3D Skyped her brother.
So cool.
I can't wait for that to happen. Yeah. You can see your loved one right there in front of
Katie.
you.
We can have Katie.
I know, the Katie can be right here, even if she can't be with us today. That'd be crazy. And shared the plans that she got from the last episode,
right?
Of the milk bath. But this was supposed to go beyond where they were helping with the pre-crimes and help the world out. But it got stopped, and they were never able to do it. The beta never happened.
Never happened.
Right. But okay, let's move on. So that's what happened, and Arthur knows about it, and
so Dash comes and punches him in the face.
Right. Yeah.
Out the blue.
Poor Arthur.
As we come along, Dash is getting more
Gangster.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's a good word. That's a good word.
Yeah,
But,
I appreciate that. I love how Dash is just showing his backbone. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yes.
I love that how he just walked in there like one good punch. Arthur's like, what's going on? What was that for?
That shows his love for Vega for sure.
Exactly. But before then, they're with Wally because Dash after finding out what's going on with Vega and why she's like that on her birthday, gets a vision. His little brother siblings gets a vision. They go to Wally and they find out the vision that somebody gets shot, and they were wearing the jersey from 2019.
Right.
Really hard jersey to find.
Washington Red.
Oh dang, I forgot the name. But yeah, it was when the Redskins name changed.
Yeah.
But they found out that it's a jersey that says 2019, and there's all these clues, and there's ticking. They hear ticking, but when they never realize that it's Vega who's basically the victim until she gets the jersey
gift
from Akila. Shout out to Akila because she never gets the love.
She really doesn't.
She never gets the love. The DIA was there, and the DIA was there, and Blake didn't even introduce her to Akila. Akila does all of the grunt work behind the table for everybody, but she's just there like, okay, I'm just here. I'm just pushing paper.
Yes.
Is that why she's your favorite? She just works hard.
Yeah, she just keeps it real. She doesn't bite her tongue. She knows both sides of the game. And I love Akila. This was an episode where, she's sexy too.
Oh, okay.
I mean, yeah, she does look good, but I do wish Akila would get more acknowledgement. I feel like she's doing more to help everybody, and they're just like, oh, poor Akila.
I do too.
Stay behind the computer.
Well, she has to stay safe because she wants to keep her job.
I do too. But then she gives the death jersey.
Yes.
Yeah.
What we think is a death jersey to her best friend, Miss Laura Vega.
Yes.
And she just feels bad there again.
I would feel so bad too. I would be like, why did I get the death jersey? Like, out of all the jerseys you picked out the death jersey.
Right.
Because it was a rare jersey. Like, only 500 people had the jersey.
Exactly. So she had like 1 in 500 chance of her being the person who's going to be murdered. I would freak out too. But like, one question I had was like, how would you feel if you were walking around with that weight on your shoulders when you're like, okay, so I could possibly be murdered within the next 24 to 48 hours. What do I do with my life? You know what I mean? Like, but she seems like there's like no chill with her. She's like, I'm good. Whatever.
She went in.
Yeah.
No remorse.
How would y'all feel?
I would have probably had to do the same thing as Vega. I probably would have had to, go head on, full steam ahead. Like, you know what? This is about me. It's not even this, because she had the whole pressure of her dad. Yeah. So that was her whole focus of her survival. Right. Was using him as a crutch.
Exactly.
I would have done the same thing, went head on, but I also just would have kind of mapped out my moves a little bit, not just, oh, let's go. Maybe like, okay, well, let me take a minute, let me smell the flowers before I die, let me just do a little bit slower before I get there and really give it to him.
Exactly.
Yeah, she was very emotional.
Yeah, she was definitely. Yeah. But then we go back to Dash going to Arthur's house and getting punched. He got punched because he never told Dash that he got the vision of Vega's name into a murder. Yeah. Like he was holding back. But I'm pretty sure he was holding back because of what Agatha's been telling him.
Well, see, that's when I was kind of thinking, we always call Agatha the devil. And we seen some of those comments in there. And they like, why they always going to Agatha? Listen, until she shows us different, we got to give her that. And today I started to kind of skew, like maybe she's not. Right. But when she came back in 3D, she was still blaming everything on Vega. Yeah. But if she had, like a few episodes ago, she knew all that about Charlie. So you couldn't see that Vega is the good person. And then how does she not know that? Where was she at when the Arthur and Dash? Why wasn't she trying to intercede? Like, you better not go teamwork. Y'all didn't write that in the episode. She should have been in there trying to mess up that whole plot to bring back that memory of the dad.
Yeah. She. It's funny because she sees a lot of things, but then there's stuff she could stop, but it doesn't stop. But you know, that's just trying to keep the drama alive, right?
Right. She's picky. She likes to pick and choose. I think
Right.
what she can see.
She
what
is
she
like
can't
any
see.
other woman. She just sees what she wants to see.
Oh dang! Hello, Cameron's thoughts. Cameron's thoughts.
Hey, listen, I'm in a relationship. So.
But yeah, no. What's it called? She basically. I have this mixed feelings though about Agatha. How we said last time, like I feel like she's just in it for her family. She wants everything to be good, but there's just things that she doesn't do that makes me think she has a plan that's underlying. But we can get to that in predictions.
Yes, yes.
Anyway, so yeah, Arthur gets knocked by Dash because he didn't tell him, but then basically tells Dash, this is what Agatha has been seeing, and this is what Agatha told me, as well too, more intel, which gets Dash to think a little bit more. But we show that he super trusts Vega. Like he puts all his trust in Vega and feels like she's a good person. Anything that she wants to do, you know what I mean? Even if it might endanger his life, he's like, I want to help you stop it. I want to help you figure out what happened.
Right.
Okay. So let's keep on going. Let's talk about the suspect. All right, because he, you know, they see the vision, right? And the suspect looks like it might get pinpointed to somebody who Vega had an interaction with back in the day.
Yeah, it was Flynn.
Yes, Wynn. It was
Wynn.
It was Mike Wynn. And Mike Wynn's currently incarcerated, and apparently being incarcerated in the future has some perks because you could still go out on a weekly trip to like a Denny's or something and go out and get you know, some food because you know you're in rehab as well too with Miss Dina Winter, who plays the director of the rehab department. Right. But they have jobs, but only 2 cents cents the hour. But you get a weekly, you know, time out of jail.
I was thinking that too. When I saw that, I was like, wow, that's pretty cool. Like you're able to go to the park, you can go shopping, like you just do all this stuff like out of jail.
Right. But quick background on Mike what's called Michael Wynn. Michael Wynn and Vega have history because Vega arrested him a couple years back. On some, I think, drug charges or whatnot, and basically beat him up.
He was beat by a girl.
Yeah, he was beat by a girl who used to be a cheerleader. Vega was a cheerleader.
And she walks right up in there and goes right in, like, because he was writing her death threats for years and Christmas cards.
Merry Christmas, I hope you die.
And he asked her, like, why you stopped? And he said, I got bored, I'm a changed man.
Right.
But then she really started getting up under his skin by saying he got beat up by a girl, and then he tries her.
Exactly. Yeah, definitely tried his life. With that, and she went back at it and was like, nope. How many seconds you want on this? Say uncle. Because she wasn't playing. She is a woman on a mission because she was tired of everything that's been happening.
She whooped that butt right
again,
then and there.
2 times.
She did. And then Miss Dina Winter here, we're gonna learn about her in a little bit. I'm looking at you, Dina. She's like, you baited him. You know, this is all you. You're just trying to, you know, rile him up a little bit. No, stop being on the suspect side.
Yeah.
And you know, and then we realize that Michael's not the suspect.
Yeah.
Vega finds the watch that her dad had when he was murdered, never recovered until today, and she found it at the lab.
Yep.
Our first hint to who really was the killer, but they're still twisting this, people.
Yes. A lot more.
No. And when me and Howard found out, we were both like, "Say what? Pause that DVR. I need to see that one more time."
You sure
Bring
were.
it back.
Right.
I was over there like, what?
I know.
I couldn't believe it. I said, first, shout out to you, Fox, for the writing. And I was like, second, I was like, what? Really?
Exactly. Yeah, and like we keep on jumping ahead because we're excited.
I know.
But you know, we're
Really
we're gonna get to that there. So yeah, Miss Winter was definitely not on Vega's side at that moment. So then Laura goes back to Wally because she wants Wally to poke around because Wally did say earlier in the episode that they could possibly find some way to get those inner thoughts, those past thoughts from Dash back on memory through a machine called Beamer. And Beamer stands for, I'm looking for my notes right now because this was a lot. Beamer stands for brain imaging something. I'll find it back here and I'll let you guys know. But it's basically a machine that kind of digs into the memory and it allows Dash to project out some more images from that time.
Right.
But it needs certain things and it needs Arthur.
Now
this is what we're talking about.
Exactly. Now that was one of the big things of the show that got me was the fact that Arthur agreed to help Vega after his sister is saying that she's going to be the downfall of them and expose them.
Yeah.
And in certain moments, I thought that Megan Good's character Vega would, be so emotional about her father that she didn't care and she would expose them.
Right.
And that was kind of making me nervous. But
she was talking a lot.
Yeah, she was very open. She's like, well, you can, no matter what, you can help me, right, Dad? She's like, I can't do that because that's gonna blow my cover. But I just can't believe that Arthur. It wasn't even really she didn't have to twist his arm or beg him. But
she touched a button, I think. That's what it was.
He might like her too, and that's how he might get back at Dash for punching him.
Oh my God!
Because I can see Arthur and Megan; they look like a good couple.
So the thing was called a brain imaging memory recall. My bad. I know you were going to say something.
No, I lost my channel.
Oh, okay. Brain imaging memory recall is what the machine was, but it basically needs Dash, Arthur, and memories like home videos from Vega to make this work and find out what happens. But Vega's like, okay, we're gonna try to get Arthur. Dash is like, he's not gonna come. He's not gonna come. But when when Vega went straight to Arthur during his little poker match, it was like, we could arrest you right now, or whoever your friends are. But she doesn't. But she touches the heartstrings about a dad.
Yeah.
Them not having a dad, them having a deadbeat dad who just left them basically.
Right.
And look what happened to them. And I think that's what got him.
And he said, listen, you know what? Since it's your birthday.
Yeah, since it's your birthday, I'm going to hook you up.
I'm going to hook you. I want to see you in your birthday suit, man.
Right. I want to hook you up. But he came, and, he was acting like a hard ass the whole time.
Right.
Yeah. But that shows he has some heart, right?
But it was silly when he walked in and Wally seen him. Wally turned into a girl quick. She was like, "Oh, where you been? Oh, yeah." And then what did Alfred say to him? Like, you used to do my nails.
Yeah, you used to do my nails. And then they were like, let's just get on with this. Like, Arthur was like, I'm mad at you. Like, I know you helped take care of me, but 10 years in a milk bath, I'm still a little pissed.
Yeah.
You know I mean,
he has every right to be, because I know I'd be mad after 10 years still.
Right.
Like, you could have came and saved me, Wally.
Exactly.
What are you doing? Just doing my nails. Like, unattach me, please.
Yeah, but Wally did warn them that it was going to hurt. You know what I mean? Yeah. They had a mouth guard on. They had vodka to chase the pain away.
They shot of vodka.
Yeah.
I was like, Arthur, you going to take the whole bottle? I mean, do you, but are you really going to do it?
Yeah. And he did it. And we saw how much pain that went through. And then, Laura was kind of like, is this worth it? Because it looks like they're hurting. You know what I mean? And they kept on going. I'm like, oh my God, somebody's going to pass out.
Yeah.
And it wasn't working in the beginning. But the visions finally came to fruition. And that was a really hard scene to see because she saw her dad die.
Yes.
Yeah.
She saw
and it was two different people in the visual.
Yeah.
But it actually finally showed who the killer was.
Exactly.
And I didn't know because Nino had to point it out. Like, I couldn't even recognize the killer because at that time that person was very on drugs, very bad, a drug addict.
Yes, and you guys saw the killer was Miss Dina Winter, who was hopped up on drugs. You know what I mean? She was high, and she was a fiend at the time.
Yeah.
And it was just nuts that she did it, and you didn't realize it real quick, but we did. I was like, I can't be no. I thought it was Agatha for a second. I was like, Agatha, how? No, she was in
I thought that's what I was kept thinking.
Yeah.
Oh, it was Agatha. No wonder she's trying to put it on her,
Exactly.
but it wasn't. But you noticed who it was.
But it was Miss Dina Winter, and then that's when we had to pause. And I looked at Howard and like, yo, this writing though.
For real though, go ahead. Shouts out to you, Fox.
Right.
It's about time.
But this wasn't even it. Like, we thought that was all. This wasn't even it.
But now we knew how she was able to get that watch.
Exactly.
So now that was two. Okay, we got the watch. Now Nino and Howard III figured out that it was Miss Winters. Now get set up for the big stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, right before she got her life together, who went her down? Like, everybody has a little past.
Exactly, which is funny because a lot of people, that do go into rehabilitation or professionals that are helping people out have had a past before.
True.
You know what I mean? And so she definitely had a past, and that's why she has a soft heart for these criminals, because she was one herself. You know what I mean? And she did something that was just, irreplaceable to taking somebody's life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and we saw Vega's reaction, like, oh, I have to confront her. And Dash was like,
she didn't waste no time.
No, everyone has daddy issues in this whole this whole episode.
For real though.
You know what I mean? Like, but I could understand your dad was taken away by by somebody who you don't even know, and now you find out this anger just builds up inside of you. You know what I mean? She goes back home, she puts on her bulletproof vest, and then when she gets to Dash, she tries to basically reason out, why she's doing this to Dash, and Dash is like, you don't have to do this, and she's like, no, I do have to do this. You don't understand.
Yep.
She knocks right on her door.
Right.
Pops right up.
That I was like, that was so casual. Knocks on the door and walks straight in. She was,
She's like, what are you doing here?
Yeah,
this
Dina was
type
like,
of
this
night?
is it's a late night for a call. You know what I mean? For a house call. And she just pops back in, and then Fox got my life. Like, I was waiting. Like, oh my gosh, it was crazy, But once again, like we said, it's not over because there were so many twists and turns. But before we get into these twists and turns, we want to talk a little bit about something here on the AfterBuzz TV, and Mr. Cameron Penny's going to talk about it.
Hey, what's going on? They finally gave me 5 seconds of fame.
It's a commercial before the big twist and turn. So, Cameron, take it away, man.
Like me and my guy Howard over here are black. But but listen, make sure you guys check out our affiliate network, Black Hollywood Live, for all things in the African American entertainment news. It's the first online broadcast network focused on African American talent and influencers. The roster includes 12 shows focusing on sports, fashion, entertainment, comedy, politics, legal issues, music, and technology, just to name a few. Now check out www.blackhollywoodlive.com, and you can watch the shows on your YouTube or your iTunes. Past guests have been people like Jamie Foxx, Taraji P. Henson from Empire, shout out to Fox again, and Nick Cannon. So,
Mr. Cannon, Mr. Incredible.
So make sure you follow Black Hollywood Live at BHL online, and you can catch me on Black Hollywood Live every Friday, 1 p.m. on the beat with DJ Jesse J.
You plugged that.
I know. Look at that plug.
Look at that plug.
I mean, hey, every Friday we on the beat.
There we go. No, we had to slide that in really quick because it gets a little crazy towards the end with this show, and I don't want to forget that, definitely. But yeah, sure. I'm gonna definitely watch you. I didn't know you went at 1 o'clock.
Yeah. I'm on the beat every Friday night. But Black Hollywood Live is a great platform for a lot of African American talent out here.
Awesome.
And matter of fact, you guys need to come over there and hang with. Come ashore.
I'm down.
You date black women.
I'm down.
Sure.
I'm down. Let's go. All right. So let's get back into the twists and turns of this episode. So Vega gets into the house and starts talking to Dina, Miss Dina Winter, about the situation, and just goes straight at it. She's like, I'm here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Has her lenses on.
Don't lie to me.
No, Dash was in the car. Like, you need to calm down and control yourself. I know. But then she just, and I like how Dina was like talking in third person to try to save herself.
Yeah.
She was in a bad.
That's rehab. They teach you that in rehab. Right. That's not who you are.
That's not
anymore.
who you are anymore. Right. She was like, she was all the way at the bottom, and she didn't know what she was doing. And I'm at the camera looking like I'm.
I'm looking at you like I'm like you fooling me,
right?
Like,
but yeah, she was basically just trying to let her know that wasn't her. She was hopped up on I don't know if she said meth or something, heroin, but she was high, and she was down, and she didn't know what she was doing. If she was in the rain, we saw it. She looked a mess because I almost didn't recognize it because she looked a mess.
Right.
Yeah.
And she was so sorry about everything, and then Vega can't take it. And she's like, "Say you."
She pulls the gun out.
The gun.
She pulls the gun out,
and I'm like, "Oh no, are you Vega?"
I wish everybody could see this right now. You should have seen my co-hosts over here. Both pulled out fake guns like each other.
Subscribe to us on YouTube if you want to see more of this. But literally, like, she pulls out the gun and then she points at her like, "You better tell me, you better confess that you are the one who shot my dad."
Who I was, not who
exactly.
She continues talking Howard third person.
Exactly. And then Howard the third person. And then we see though, Dash is like, look in the mirror. And then we see her brave son.
Brave.
Coming out with her gun.
Rocking
the jersey.
Rocking the jersey that he's seen in his thought.
Exactly. From 2019 and pointing at Vega like, do not hurt my mommy. Do not hurt my mommy. That's a brave son right there.
It is.
I would do the same thing. I love you, Mom.
Okay.
Right.
But can we talk about the child locks? Like, how did he get into the gun like that so easily?
Yeah,
that's true. That's another thing. Gun safety, y'all.
Yes, for real.
Gun safety is a for real issue. And
right.
but seriously, like he got it. But he did what he had to do because he thought his mom was basically
right. But then it goes back to when Dash said, "Listen, it might not have been you who was gonna get killed. It might be you killing this little kid."
Exactly.
And then right there, all the emotions in 17 years of her dad being gone, it just kind of made sense to her, and she lays her gun on the floor.
Right? Because she realizes like Dash always says he sees the vision, but he's never sure who it's gonna be. And the twists and turns from this episode were great because we just saw it play out right there. Sees the mirror, sees the jersey, sees a gun pointed at him, and it could have been where Vega shoots, Vega
She could
shoots
let
him.
that little boy have it.
Exactly.
She really could
and that could be it. But right there was the moment in time was like, your mom made a mistake before. I thought she was gonna spill to like, your mom killed my dad.
I know.
Oh, but
Yeah.
we got to set up the actual point of the show.
Which was
The point of the show was that Miss Winter was hired.
yes, yeah. Well, I'm gonna get to that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
gonna get to that. Cameron's jumping here.
Cameron over
Cameron's
here.
Oh, I'm
jumping.
saying it because
Yeah.
he was in there. I'm excited.
That was a
the
good
big
episode.
point.
It's a good episode tonight.
So basically,
Episode.
yeah.
We're jumping everywhere.
So basically, as little boy comes in with a gun out, she starts. Beforehand, she had talked to Vega like, I was hired, and she was like, you were what? By who? You were hired. She's, I'll let you know everything. I'll give you names. Blah 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 blah. It was by her dealer Lycon, and I'm pretty sure we're gonna hear in the next episode. We'll get that into predictions, but that's when we see her let up and was like, okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you didn't really do it. You were.
Yeah. Like, so
Exactly.
basically, I can't take you to jail or tell on you yet because I need you
And
To
I
find
don't
the
think
guy.
to find a killer.
And I don't think she at this point. I don't think she would. I feel like she's like, okay, you're gonna help me find the killer. We're gonna let everything go. Your son's not gonna get charged for trying
Right.
to shoot me or kill me.
I'm not gonna put a bullet in his
Right,
chest.
because you know what I mean. Like he was just protecting his mom, just like she's trying to protect.
Yeah,
her
for
dad's
sure. He know no
dignity.
better. He didn't know his mom was a fiend,
Exactly.
giving blowjobs in the alley.
Oh, whoa, hello. Oh,
hey,
my gosh,
that was too much.
We went there. We went there.
Oh, hey. Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
I
might have been a little bit too much. That's
malnutrition.
all right,
Malnutrition.
That was not.
I
written,
usually eat
Fox.
popcorn before I I start the show.
That was not written in Fox. We know that. But anyways, yeah. My train of thought told you lost for a second. But it all ends well where they got the name of Lycon. They look him up at the end. Nothing happens in the house. No one gets shot. Future is changed and everything is all good. Except now they're going to try to find Lycon. Or we're going to see how.
What if
that
it's
works out.
Akon? What if Akon is
It was
last
Akon. Chilling.
What if it's Lycon
I
is
was so glad.
Akon?
Akon just pops out like, "What's up, y'all?"
Like,
Right.
hey, locked up.
He's about to be locked up. But
It's like,
exactly. But they go back to Arthur for some news on Lycon at the end. And Lycon's kind of not hasn't been out, in the public like that for a little bit.
Right.
But I'm pretty sure they're gonna find more on him. It's not over.
yeah, it's not over.
But
Because
those-
Lycon can still be alive and be a bigger drug kingpin or something.
And what was nice though, that she went home, to Dash was first like grab the chair. Did not know what that
Like,
meant.
what'd that mean?
Until she went home and then she gave the watch to her mom. Her mom, loses it and breaks down, needs to get the chair grabbed so she could sit down. But they had a family moment right there, which was nice to see. Got Vega a little bit more soft and kind of like, appreciate that you're alive type situation. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was really nice to see because the whole episode Vega was just so cold,
Right.
like to her mother, and it was
yeah,
just nice
she
to
was
like come
cold to
home
moms.
and like have the little cupcake there, and it was like
And
they were having a moment, like
Right.
a mother-daughter moment.
And she did ask her mom. She was like, how do you feel? Have you ever thought about it? Blah blah blah. And her mom was like, I'm glad I don't know.
right?
Because I don't want to be that person. You know what I mean? She's trying to show her daughter she could still be happy, but
She can
Like,
move
you know,
on.
she
But
can
Mama
move on.
let her know. She said, I was a little gangster. I was ready to hurt those people.
yeah,
Yes.
she was. She's I want them to feel the hurt that I felt.
Yeah.
Yep.
But it was so nice at the end of the episode where Vega comes in and she saw that, and that's why we played that first song in the beginning, Mr. Leon Bridges. Is that correct?
Yes, Leon Bridges,
Coming Home.
Coming Home, Columbia Records.
Right there. Oh, he knows. There we go.
I mean,
a nice
listen,
song.
this is a nice song. It's all
It
over
is.
the radio, and he's having a big year. So shout out to Fox for shout out to the person who got that placement for
Yes,
Leon
definitely.
to get that check, because it was a nice, when you looked at the words of the lyrics. I love the fact that you guys keep the lyrics.
We put the caption on here at on AfterBuzz because it's easier for us to kind of like pay attention and make sure we're
when
reading everything correctly.
to actually pronounce Beamer.
Yeah.
But no, because the words to the song was about grieving. And
And there it is.
hey, shout out to
at
Marissa.
Marissa got the song today. But go ahead, Cameron. What were you saying?
No, yes, the words or the lyrics of "I'm Coming Home" kind of match the scene
Right.
of "I'm back." Okay, I've kind of got some little what's the not clearance, but what's the word when she's
Relieved.
she relieved?
Yeah.
Yeah, she was able. I can't fit it, but we're relieved of another word of I'm relieved about. I know some facts about my father's
Something
death.
at least, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so she feels like everything's coming.
Clarification.
Yeah, clarification. Everything's coming back home, and she's back. Her head's a little bit more level, but she's still ready to find out why they killed her dad. Why was somebody?
And that's still
out.
not been determined yet.
It hasn't, which
So-
is I'm excited to see.
So keep the ratings.
Keep the ratings up,
Please
guys.
keep the ratings.
Yeah,
I
you
wanna
guys
see
have
this.
been right. You guys have been really, really great. I gotta say thank you to you guys for always for subscribing to the YouTube and commenting and letting us know what you guys think, and that you guys watch it because we love the show out here. You know, we're fans of it. Howard was saying like it just gets better and better and better. What are your thoughts, Howard?
Yeah, the show it's like just blowing up for me. Like the first episode was good, but this episode now, like 4 or 5 episodes in, it's great. Like shout out to you, Fox. I don't know what's going on over there, or you know, if you're paying your writers a little bit more, but I'm loving it. Whatever you're doing, keep it up.
Well, this show was so good they didn't even show Wilmer.
I know. Wilmer was really quick. He was there for like
He was like,
couple
Vega,
scenes.
don't, Vega,
I
don't.
did.
Vega.
Yeah, it was really quick.
You're not going to be in the rest of the episode because you're hating on it.
Yeah, it was real quick. Wilmer just showed up or whatever.
Agatha was like that one 3D.
Yeah, because this is definitely centered on
The president.
on the president, all on Vega and whatnot. But yeah, shout out to Fox for the writing. People, give it a chance. Tell your friends, tweet about it, share this after show and our thoughts or whatnot. And we would like to see the rest of the. I think there's 5 more episodes left since they cut it down to 10 out of the 13. So let's see what happens. But I want to go into predictions and see what y'all think is going to happen. So Marissa, can we get that?
There we go. I knew it was coming.
Now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
So we see in the previews that Agatha's coming back again, and she looks like she could be the victim. Was that right? Is that what they said?
You're right.
So what do you think is going to happen in the next episode?
Oh, I see. Well, we saw a little bit of how Agatha was, you know, in a line of fire. There was shooting definitely, and I think Agatha is gonna have to. She's gonna be the victim, and she's gonna need to be saved. So I see Dash coming along. And like saying Agatha, no, you know, whatever.
I wonder if they were actually there if that was 3D Skype again. Like I never know. Like, but we saw them. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
But yeah, Dash coming along like Agatha, no, you should listen. But we also see that Agatha turns a new leaf. That's another reason why I don't think she's as evil as she is.
Look, y'all, Howard thinks Agatha's not evil this week.
Oh, wow.
Applaud him because those comments were like, "No, you don't understand. She's in it for her family."
You guys don't know sci-fi. You didn't see the movie.
Look at that. They were telling you, and now you feel it.
I know.
Feeling
whatever, guys.
there you go. He's turning a new leaf, y'all.
I'll turn a new leaf tonight, but I don't think Agatha is that evil. Yes, I'll say it.
There we go.
Because she's gonna turn, you know, with Vega, and they're gonna be the best of buds.
They look like they're working together now.
Yeah.
Which is nice. What about you, Cameron?
Predictions that the show is getting a lot. I mean, it was always good, but it's getting way more intense and interesting. It's definitely, like you said, more like a movie now.
Yeah.
Being based off a movie.
I need to watch that movie, y'all. I know you guys keep on
let's
saying it,
let's do it.
but I think I really need to watch it.
And watch it.
Definitely. I need to watch the movie. I know y'all keep on saying it so we can understand a little bit more. I think I definitely want to do that before
I've
next
seen
week.
it, but it's been years.
Right.
But you know what?
What do you
Arthur's character is very interesting.
Uh-huh.
You know, he's a playboy. He's the money guy. He wears nice suits. You know, I think there's gonna be something with him. I don't know if he's gonna try to get back at his brother and get a little thing with Vega.
Okay.
And I don't know. I mean, it's a lot more, but I'm just got my eye on Arthur. It's just something about him, especially for the fact that he said yes so easy.
Right.
Yeah.
That's true. I love that opinion. I never even thought about that.
Yeah, he said it was just okay, I'll do it. Like, what's behind you wanting to do? Are you want to get closer to her physically, or you want to really be close to her because you don't want her to see if she kill you, or you want to be close to her because
keep your enemies closer.
Enemies close and check on her for your brother. There you
Keep
go.
your friends closer, enemies closer.
There you go.
You might be doing it.
That's
for
why.
money,
That's
in my
why
opinion.
Howard's sitting right next to me right now.
Whatever.
Like, I got more. You know.
But I thought I had some predictions about what's going to happen as the future episodes come along or whatnot, but the storyline keeps on changing and switching up. I definitely think I see teamwork between Agatha and Vega come along the next episode. I feel like they're gonna all be working together to try to make sure that Agatha stays alive. But I'm really excited to see when Lycon comes back into play to see what really happened to Vega's dad. And more of the backstory of why Vega's dad was targeted to be killed.
Yeah,
You know
that's
what I
a
mean?
good one.
Like, and it better be good because it can't just be like because he arrested somebody and somebody wanted him to die. Because I would just be like, okay, all of that for that. No, it better be like
He has something to
deep.
do with the precog or something like
Exactly.
that.
I want it to be something amazing, and I'm pretty sure the way Fox is writing this right now, and the writers are writing it right now, it's gonna be good. But I don't have too much for predictions.
You know
because I don't
what? If you guys know a writer or any writer, we need to get somebody
on the show.
to come out
Yeah.
here because Katie Katie's not. She's gonna have to miss a couple shows because
Yes.
she has some responsibilities. But hey, we'll talk and figure that out. We'll figure that out.
Exactly. But once again, guys, thank you so much for tuning in here to the after show for Minority Report. Once again, it's your boy Nino.
It's Howard the Third.
It's Cameron Penny.
And we are done. Thank you, guys. Subscribe and tweet us questions or anything like that. Thanks, guys.
Be nice in the comments. It's like, now, see y'all next week.
Be mean to Cameron.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.